What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another rebuild. Yes, we're going to be rebuilding the Baltimore Ravens. Now, that might be a team that you think that might not need a rebuild, but in, the 2004-2005 NFL season, you got a lot of moving pieces, people getting older. You definitely still have a great defense led by Ed Reed and Ray Lewis, but you definitely still have some holes on the offensive side of the ball. You had Todd Heap, who's in, I believe, 2 years left on his deal right there. Jamal, who has 2 years left on his deal. You still really don't have a number one receiver, and you still really don't have a quarterback when Kyle Bowler, who's on a 4-year contract, is supposed to be your number one guy. You see that he's 74 overall with Wright. So we are definitely in the market for a quarterback, definitely in a market to get a little bit younger as well. And of course, we got to find that number one receiver, because outside of Steve Smith and Anquan Boldin, the Ravens really haven't had great receivers in their history. Not throwing shade or dissing, just my opinion is y'all haven't really had the best receivers. So, and of course, we want to try to get Ray Lewis Super Bowl number 2 before he retires, you know what I mean, before 2013, and we definitely want to get a Super Bowl for Ed Reed before that time as well. So you can see the team needs, you can see everything right here. And yes, based on the title, we do end up trading Jamal Lewis. Now, before you bite off my head, in the Cardinals rebuild, I said that we probably didn't need to waste our time trading for a Ricky Williams. Not because Ricky Williams isn't great, but just because I felt like we really didn't need a high-priced, high-rated running back to do well in these rebuilds. And then after we got rid of Ricky Williams after about year 2 or 3, we ended up going after 100 overall Westbrook, and he really didn't have that great of an impact for us. So that's one of the reasons why we ended up trading Jamal Lewis away, and I'll get into the other reasons in a little bit. Now, you can see that this season really didn't go our way, man. 4-8, 4-9. We are taking L's like it's nobody's business. We do beat Indianapolis, who does have a winning record and look like they're going to go to the playoffs. We do beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is always well. We do beat the Miami Dolphins to bring our record back to 7-9. And yeah, that is about the regular season. We check out the playoff picture right there. Kansas City, Tennessee, Miami. They are all made it. Green Bay, Atlanta. Those are the top 2 teams in the NFC. Checking out the stats. Kyle Bowler, 15 TDs, 18 interceptions. So his day as our starting quarterback is done. Okay, it's done. Ray Lewis with 16 tackles. Now, I believe he was hurt, but I also believe that there's a glitch, because with the playbook that we use, which is a 3-4, when you have your inside linebacker on the left side, I want to say, he gets taken out for nickel and dime packages, right? If he's on the right side, then he's left in there. So one thing that I noticed is that when I started playing with the Ravens is that he would actually be taken out. So that might have a reason to why his numbers are so low. But I also do believe it's because of the fact that he was injured as well. So you see that the Kansas City Chiefs, they ended up winning this Super Bowl. Big ups to them. Nobody ended up retiring, but everybody who has an expiring contract, we're actually going to let them go. I want to re-sign Chris McAllister, but I'm looking at our cap number, and we would only have about $10 million to work with if we give him the contract right here. 3 years, about $24.8 million. That is a lot of money for a cornerback that is 96 overall, but is a little bit on the aging side of things. So I'm like, okay, we're definitely going to have to draft the cornerback, because we're not going to re-sign him. As you can see right there, we let Chris McAllister go. I mean, I would love to sign him. I really, really would, but not at that number. I feel like he is going to be on the declining side of his career, not the descending side of his career. So, yeah, we're going to end up letting him go. As far as free agency, we're really not going to look at nobody to sign. When it comes to the draft and the combine, we're just going to fill holes. We will look to draft a quarterback to maybe develop later on down the road, some receivers. And of course, because we let Chris McAllister go, we are definitely going to be in the market for some cornerbacks, free safeties, working on our DBs, strong safety, obviously. We still have Ed Reed, we still have Ray Lewis, we still have a young Terrell Suggs and stuff like that. We have Adelius Thomas, who's like in the 70s when it comes to his overall rating. We still got Peter Bowler. So our defense is still pretty solid. So definitely for the offense, we want to get receivers and cornerback, right? Receivers and cornerback, that is our main goal. Now, when we look to trade Jamal Lewis, if you notice his numbers, he ran for about an average of 4 yards to 4.2 yards per carry. He barely got over 1,000 yards. I feel like with his style of run that he is going to wear down a lot faster. Even though we do not draft a running back in this year's draft, we will look to move him because, again, I feel like we need more weapons on the outside than we do running the football. And, I mean, let's just be honest. You could win without having the best running back. Look at what New England did. I felt like that Devontae Freeman and Coleman might be the better 1-2 punch, just to use an example. But, I mean, you have Lewis, you have who's the other running back? You got Lewis, you got White, and you got Blunt, and they were able to do their thing on the ground throughout the whole season and stuff like that. So I kind of look at it the same way. You know, Barry Sanders, he never won a Super Bowl, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that the Detroit Lions just sucked. But I feel like you have to have weapons on the outside to spread out the field, and I think it's easier to win with a mediocre running back than it is to win with a mediocre receiver. So I'm trying to get the big boss Randy Moss, okay? I was trying to get Moss, trying to get Hines Ward, but this deal right here, Andre Johnson, they counter. I'm like, this is going to work. I would love to have Andre Johnson as a Baltimore Raven. I mean, just imagine that. Now, I don't want to give up a third-round pick, so I'm like, give me your number one quarterback. They took a quarterback high in the draft. I'm like, let's make this happen. I want Oliver and Johnson. We did end up drafting the quarterback as well, but he's not going to be, you know, ready for prime time. He was like a later round pick. That dude Oliver, he actually was a higher pick. So I'm like, let's do that trade. We end up giving him Kyle Bowler, Jamal Lewis, and a pick for Oliver and Andre Johnson. So I'm thinking with time, Oliver can blossom into that dude. Now look at our start, man. 7-1, 7-2. Then we meet the Pats. It's all good. We lose to the Bucks, so we are 8-2. Now we're 8-4. We keep on taking L's. What's going on, man? 4-game losing streak, man. We've lost 5 out of our last, 6 games now? 6 out of our last 7. It is ugly. We end up beating the Atlanta Falcons to end the season, so we end up going 9-7, and that is enough to make it to the playoffs. So we end up winning the division, which is good for us. But my gosh, man, that losing streak was just freaking ugly. So anyways, man, as we check out the playoff picture, New England, Indianapolis, Kansas City won the Super Bowl last year. They all made it. We won the division, like I said. Carolina, they were the number 1 seed in the NFC. Oliver, 26 TDs, 13 picks. Not bad. I believe, what's his name? Moses Smith or something like that. He was our starting running back. He's actually hurt for the playoffs, but he ran to the same, I guess you could say, to the same degree as our man Jamal Lewis did. So you see me right there saving everything because, again, I'm not trying to lose this file, okay? Doing these rebuilds is a whole lot of work, man. Now, anyways, man, our starting running back, like I said, he's hurt, so we ended up signing a Zeraway in free agency as just, you know, our backup running back, so he's going to get the start. And we also have a guy named Thompson. He's our backup running back, third string running back. He's actually going to be upgraded to second string because of the injury as well. So right here, you can see what our quarterback Oliver can do, man. He is a pretty solid quarterback. I'm definitely not mad at having him back there. It's 3rd and 3. He has time. He's going to find Maxwell, who we drafted this past season. So again, our draft picks are working out pretty well. And then Zeraway, who we ended up signing, he's only like 60 overall, but he has some speed, which I like. And again, not trying to say getting rid of Jamal Lewis is always the best move to do because, again, it is Jamal freaking Lewis. But I feel like it was a necessary move to get the Baltimore Ravens back to where they need to go because a lot of times they can run the ball great, they can play great defense, but if they happen to get down, it's hard for them to come back. So right here, you see that we have a 7-0 lead with that run by Zeraway. They're going to get in the field goal position. That the drive stalls inside the red zone, so Jason Elam, he comes on for the field goal. I would say the PAT, but for the field goal. Right there, Champ Bailey being Champ Bailey. I mean, that's all I can really say. It looked like it was man coverage. I believe it was man coverage. When I threw the ball, he peeled off of the post route to go cover the corner route and end up getting that INT. Right there, they're going to find Ashley Lalee. Ashley Lalee gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. So now it is 10-7, and we get a big-time interception by Ed Reed from the U. If you don't know what the U is, it is the University of Miami. Big time interception right there. So now Oliver and Andre Johnson, we got this thing set up to have a nice little comeback, and Oliver's going to find Maxwell, gets into the end zone, touchdown Baltimore, and that's exactly what we need from this offense. Big time plays. Right there, they're going to find Ashley Lalee, and he is gone inside the 20, 10-5, touchdown Denver, and yet again we have to come back. Down by 3, 17-14 is the score. Oliver gonna drop back the pass. We have Kevin Johnson who makes the catch this just outside the 40-yard line. So here we go, dropping back the pass as Oliver. Andre Johnson takes a nasty hit but hangs on to the football. Move those chains for the Ravens. Dropping back the pass one more time, and again we find Kevin Johnson, and that's gonna be another first down. Unfortunately, the drive was stalled right there, but we have our man Matt Stover, and he is hot as he knocks home that field goal. So 17-17, we are doing our thing, counting on our defense to come up big. Right there, they're going to find Rod Smith. Beautiful catch right there, and now they are marching, taking a shot deep, and how we not come up with a play right there, I will never understand that. So right here, dropping at the pass, he's going to take it himself. QB keeper, my man Jake Plummer. Now, we were actually trying to trade for Jake Plummer. Okay, we were actually trying to get Plummer from the Broncos. From the Broncos. So anyways, we end up winning this one with a game-winning field goal, 20-17. Oliver did his thing. Andre Johnson did his thing. So we end up winning the wild card round in snowy Baltimore. So now we got to pack our bags and head to New England. So you check out the stats right there. Plummer, he had a pretty good day, 12 of 25, but Oliver outplayed him. 1 TD, 1 pick, but had a pretty high completion percentage. Zeraway had 44 yards. So again, I'm not saying that we are better off at the running back position, but we are certainly, I think, better as a offense with the kind of offense that we have. I do feel like these big kind of running backs are great if you have, I don't know, if you just get lucky enough to have a great defense to back it up, because again, for as great as Barry Sanders is and Adrian Peterson and all those guys, they did not get a Super Bowl title unless, of course, you know, for some reason you just get lucky, kind of like Jamal Lewis did with the Baltimore Ravens in the 2000-2001 season when they were beating up on guys. They were beating up on guys in their division. I believe the Steelers were starring Cordell Stewart. I believe Cordell Stewart was the best quarterback in that division outside of maybe Steve McNair. Right, so the only quarterbacks that they really had to face that season that they won the Super Bowl was Steve McNair, and they were able to do their thing in the playoffs versus the Titans. But I do believe they lost to the Titans both times in the regular season, back when it was just the AFC Central before we got these 4 divisions. Now, as we get to the gameplay, you can see we take an early 3-0 lead, man. I mean, 3-0 deficit. We are losing to the Patriots, and that is Farmer, who ends up throwing a pick right there tonight. Another one of our rookies who is coming up big. Tom Brady, I think, was hurt. I checked the injury report, but he was not on it. So I don't believe he's the backup. He could be, for all I know, but I don't. I mean, come on, it's Tom Brady, for crying out loud. I don't care if it's 2017, 2005. It's Tom Brady. You can't bench Tom Brady. But anyways, we end up driving down, missing that field goal. We're going to roll out right here with Oliver. We got to get something going on offense. We're going to find Andre Johnson, make that catch. Try to break a tackle, but we cannot. But we still pick up a first down. 3rd and 10. We have a man wide open. That's Darling, who makes a catch, and he's my darling for making that catch and picking up another first down. So as we look to pass again, beautiful pass right there, but an even better catch by Maxwell. So our rookies are good. We are set up to do some damage here in the future, but we're still trying to win this game right here as we find Andre Johnson, who I believe is only in his 3rd year, technically. So we're going to have to settle for another field goal. Kick us up. Kick is good. So it is a 3-3 game. We're going to jump to the opening kickoff of the second half. We're going to kick this one deep, and you guys already know the rules, man. It's either a big play or a boo-boo. It's either a big play or I messed up. And right here, I'm going to mess up. And that's going to give the New England Patriots a big play as Kevin Falk, representing those LSU Tigers, one of my favorite running backs in college, by the way, takes that thing all the way to the crib. This ripping my heart out. Kevin Falk, I can't stand you, man. I can't stand you. So here we go, man. Corey Dillon breaks a tackle, going to use his speed to turn the corner and get into the end zone. So New England is showing why they are the class of the AFC. So it's 17-3, and New England has the ball again. Corey Dillon again, but here comes Ed Reed forcing the fumble. Ray Lewis jumps on top of it, and now we have a chance a slim chance, but a chance nonetheless, because you know Bill Belichick loves beating up on these rookie quarterbacks. But we're going to find our man Kevin Johnson over the middle. Johnson and Johnson, Andre, Kevin doing our thing. Big first down. Stepping up in the pocket, we're going to find Maxwell. Maxwell is a pretty solid receiver as well as a rookie. I'm telling you, there's a method to the madness with everything I do in these rebuilds. We're going to roll out. We're going to stop. We're going to pop. We're going to find Darling. There's a flag. It was defensive holding. So we are going to take the point. So it's 10-7. We have the ball back. Again, I should have threw the ball in the flat. That's my mistake. We end up getting sacked towards our 1 yard line. Then Teddy Broski, you mother lover, he gets up in there for the safety, and that is going to wrap it up. We end up losing in snowy New England 19-10. But you know what? I do feel like the future is bright for us. Now, for these rebuilds, you guys know how we do it. We do about 4 seasons. So in episode 1, which is this one, we did 2 seasons. So the next episode will knock out 1 season. Hopefully it'll be up tomorrow. I'm doing 5-minute quarters because it does give us better gameplays. Somebody did mention that to me in the comment section of our other rebuild, and I noticed that too. When we play on 3-minute quarters, the AI really gets confused and doesn't know what to do. They abandon the running game early and stuff like that. It doesn't make much sense. But this does give us better gameplay, but it does take extra time to do. And because I'm using my PS2, sometimes the game freezes because it's old. But anyways, man, you can check out the stats right there. Corey Dillon, he did his thing in the ground game. Maybe not in the passing game, but in the ground game, he definitely did. Tom Brown. Troy Brown, excuse me. He led the team. He led New England with receptions, and Andre Johnson led us with receptions. Vince Wilfork with 3 sacks. Hall of Fame. 3 sacks for Vince Wilfork as a nose tackle, freaking killing it. So it's going to be the Colts and the Vikings in the Super Bowl, and the Colts win that game 34-24, and that's going to bring season 1 and 2 to a close. You can let me know in the comment section below what you thought about this. Like the moves, didn't like the moves. Again, let me know. At the end of the day, though, these are a blast. It's a lot of fun to do. So I'm going to try to get the next one out as soon as possible. No guarantees it's going to be for tomorrow, but I will try my hardest to make it for tomorrow. But I hope the rest of your day is the best of your day. I'm your boy, Miles Darkest 24/7, and I'm out. Peace. Hustles.